I know you're a big fan of pro wrestling.
Ryan,
Damn
before
right,
we
yeah.
continue, I'm so sorry.
Oh.
That whole thing, I just didn't record.
Oh, that's great.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that was great.
So let's take it from the top.
I had it all ready.
Let's take it from the top. Let's
run through it one more time.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the penultimate place to get your video game news and reviews. This is episode 73 of the Penultimate Game Show, and today's topic is just covering our bases on all of the announcements over the past week. If you're listening to this on your favorite podcast service, feel free to give us a good rating on that platform. It helps us with the algorithms and helps us grow our audience. If you're watching this on YouTube, consider dropping a like and a sub, and please do not forget to hit that bell to get notifications for when we go live with all of our shows, like the Marvel Mondays Initiative, the Cross Media Show, and Anime Nation. Now, I'm not going to do the same joke. I'm just going to keep on going, all right?
All right.
You scroll. You fucking scroll. The real Ryan would have told me just go through the whole thing, but that's
just do it again, yeah. That's the tell. Yeah. Now you know.
That's it. That was it.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ben, the director of this channel, and of course with me I have my usual co-host, my scroll confidant, Ryan Smith. Ryan, how are we doing today?
Doing good. Excited to talk all things of the past week. I feel like we're in a real good spot for video game releases right now, and God knows there are tons to talk about.
Yeah, I just wish Jeff Keighley didn't fuck us over. You know,
he had a great showcase.
I don't know. Did he have a great showcase? Let's not give
him
too much praise. And of course, we have a special guest with us today. We have the host of Nerd Today, Apron Work, and one of the hosts of Chaos Bringers. Is that right?
Yep.
Right? Okay, all right.
No, yeah, you're good.
Carlos Rodriguez, how are we doing, Carlos?
Good. I'm good. I'm so glad to be here, guys. Thank you guys for having me.
No problem.
We totally did not record this twice.
No. I mean, listen, not at all. It could have been worse. I could have caught it at the end of the podcast.
I literally did that yesterday, actually, filming episode 1 of Chaos Bringers. There's like a whole discussion about Final Fantasy 16's demo, and now I was like, you guys are muted because I'm an idiot.
It happens to the best of us.
It does.
Now, Ryan, I cut you off.
I had a quick question here for Carlos, which is, I know you're a big wrestling fan of that Apron Works and all that. And my question is, it's been a banger year for wrestling this year. What is your current match of the year?
Ooh.
Halfway through, what's been your favorite one to watch? Because there's been some real bangers.
I guess because I caught up with Dynamite last night, and it's so fresh in my mind. There's been so much reason. I mean, the most recent one obviously was last night. I think
it's MJF Adam Cole to that 30-minute draw.
Man, and just Cole begging for like, give me 5 minutes, give me 5 minutes.
It was good. It was good.
Like that was really good. That was really surprising for actually not really, because like anytime MJF does it, man, he's so good. It's just he's so good at being that bad guy that we always forget, and that chicken shit heel is like, I don't want to fight. I was like, that's right, you're actually really good at this. It's like every couple months I gotta remind you. Like,
oh yeah, no, they do it about every 3 months.
Yeah, I would say that. Emotionally, probably I would probably go KO and Sammy versus the Usos.
Ooh,
WrestleMania Night 1.
I was there.
Shit. I
was there live. It was insane.
I'm trying to go to 40. It's in Philly, and I live there. So I was like, I have to go to my first WrestleMania. Like, I don't know how. I already took off. I don't know how I'm going to get the tickets. I don't know how I'm getting there. I'm going.
Oh, I feel that, man. Good luck. All right, I got my wrestling question out of the way. We can move on to the show.
Okay. All right. So, do I want to do a little bit of housekeeping? No. As always, please leave your feel free to leave your thoughts and questions on our speak pipe. You could also head to the penultimate conquest. Let's try that one more time. You could also head to the penultimateconquest.com/listen to leave a voicemail. So feel free to do that next time. But let's talk a little bit about what we've been playing recently before we get into all the news.
Ooh.
And I think we've all been playing one thing, and that's Final Fantasy 16's demo.
So good.
How perfect of a game is this game?
Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Like I'm already hyped. I've been hyped for this game. I don't know what about, like, even because I was really high on 15.
Yes.
even though that was in development hell for the longest time. Can't wait to get to that episode of Chaos Bringers, our Final Fantasy retrospective podcast, because that's going to be like, I feel like an hour of just like, so this happened and then this happened and this happened and then they got to reboot it.
Plugs on lock over here. Let's go.
Yeah, I know. I like it. Like it.
But yeah, man, I was so hyped after that game, and I was like, man, I was like, there's probably going to be no issues with 16. I don't know why in my head I was so confident. I was like, once they announced 16, man, I think they're gonna go all out, and they really did, man. Like the second we heard that Yoshi P was working on it, and I don't play 14 like the MMO.
Like those nerds.
Frank, yeah, Point of Progress.
Yeah, Point of Progress. Those fucking guys.
Fucking nerds.
Oh my god, over there, them just playing those MMOs all day.
I know. How dare they? Though it sounds pretty cool when they talk about it. Like when Frank and Harv were telling me, I was like, damn, this actually sounds pretty cool. And then I look, I was like, $15 a month.
I'm out.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll watch videos. As I said, that episode, I'm just gonna like have them like talk, and I'll just moderate. I'll have like a list of questions.
Honestly, you should just put a cutout of yourself.
Yeah, just like a stick figure.
They wouldn't even notice.
But yeah, man, I don't know. I was so hyped for it, and then I know everyone loves Yoshi P. So when he got announced as like one of the producers, and then the creative developers started getting in there, and they're like, yeah, the combat director worked on Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and Devil May Cry and like all this other stuff. I'm like, this game's gonna hit. Like, there's no way it doesn't hit. And man, I've only seen one negative thing online about 16, and I was more shocked because like it just felt like with the development of 16, they've been so transparent with every aspect, right? Like Yoshi P seems like he's trying to make sure that everyone understands what a Final Fantasy is, why this one's specifically different, why it's mature, like why he went that route, you know, why the medieval, like all that stuff. He's been explaining everything and how it's more cinematic, more action forward than previous titles. Mm-hmm. And this guy, like, I'm not like, you know, everyone can have their own opinion, please, God, like, I'm not saying that, but it was like everything he complained about was like everything Yoshi P has explained in like the 2 years leading up to like launch.
Right.
And I was like, oh, wait, did you not see an interview or anything? I was more shocked.
What? I think I also saw that where the one thing online. And with this, I was worried about this game for the way it was going to feel. Mm-hmm. I was like, this. I did not like the 15 combat system. It wasn't.
You're crazy.
I did not. 15 felt good in like big fighting, like a bunch of mobs out in the desert felt real good. Every boss fight in that game felt like trash. Absolute trash.
Fair enough.
Especially after the system than they did in 7, which I loved. In 7 Remake, I love that system.
Oh my God.
Perfect.
Oh, it's just such, that game feels so good to play.
It feels like how you thought it played, like how you're imagining it as a kid.
This is how I
like you're not just waiting
PS1.
and hitting a button. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is how your brain was like, this is what's happening.
But after seeing all the gameplay, now feeling the gameplay for 16, I am absolutely so excited for this game. The story I knew was going to be there, but the gameplay was always the one that I'm iffy about, and it feels amazing.
For me, it was more of like they managed to pull off a perfect entry for Final Fantasy VII Remake. I heard that they were making another Final Fantasy, I was like, okay, there's no reason to worry about this, because if they can manage to pull off what they did with Final Fantasy VII Remake, like, why the fuck should I be worried? Unless it's there's for me, honestly, I've never played a bad Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, I played once where I backed out just because I felt like overwhelmed. Like 12, I finally beat it like this past year, but like 12 back in the day, I just could not, like, I don't know, something about the system I could not wrap my head around, and then finally get into it. And I was like, once I played it, I was like, damn, man, this is a really good game. 13 is the one that has missed me. I felt bogged down at the end when it literally, I felt like overwhelmed when it got to like the open world finally.
Yeah.
And I just was like burnt out of that game, and like I can't wait to replay it.
Did you play it
and really put time through it and go through the trilogy? But I was like, man, I don't know why I could not wrap my head around it. I didn't even think it was a bad game. I was just like, something about how linear it was, and I wasn't used to it.
Yeah. It was something unexpected when they opened it up.
13's a trilogy?
Yes, 13 is 13, 13-2, and then Lightning Returns.
I always forget about Lightning Returns. Yeah. I'm like, it's 13-2.
It's supposed to be 4 games. Because there's supposed to be versus 13-2, and that turned into 15.
But I don't think versus 13 was.
That's true.
Connected.
Yeah. Wasn't that supposed to be the original 13?
Yes.
Wasn't that the original plan?
Yes, it was.
And then it went into
Nomura was like, I don't know how to turn this into a game. And then he was like, oh, perfect. I'll just throw it into Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. I figured it out.
Yeah, I figured it out. Well, I don't know if it's like, I don't know how to turn this into a game. I think it was probably more of like development hell and also like the capacity of the PS3. Like the cell processing.
The cell processor.
Yeah.
God damn it. That ruined so much stuff.
Oh, the PS3. What a horrible awful console.
It's okay.
It had games. That's the crazy thing. Like,
it had games, but
man, developing for that? God damn.
But anyway, I'm glad we're all excited for Final Fantasy 16 coming out in what, a week?
Yeah, I think so.
About.
I think,
roughly a week. So I'm excited for all my friends on my friends list just to see Final Fantasy 16. Anybody who's not playing Final Fantasy 16, that's it. They're kicked out.
yeah. It's like it's like everyone on my Nintendo friend list.
Yeah.
Like I'm going through the Pixel remaster, so everyone's like Zelda. Carlos, Pixel remaster, Final Fantasy 4. I'm like, yeah, I'm that dumbass. Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair. I mean, yeah, but you're doing it for like
it's work.
Reasons.
Yeah.
There's a difference between you just wanting to play it. Oh man, Ryan. First games I play when I get that new graphics card is Final Fantasy 13, 13-2, and
Ooh,
Returns.
All right.
I can't wait. And then Final Fantasy Tactics.
Okay.
Is that on Steam?
I think so. I'm hoping so. Because I'm gonna be real pissed off if it's not. I'm checking now. Let's see.
I'm like, wait, hold on. This is gonna make my life easier.
Final Fantasy.
Because Harv is like, dude, you gotta play it. I was like, fine. I'm an idiot with it.
Oh no.
It's not.
It's not.
I mean, there's other ways to get it on a computer, right? You know,
you're not wrong. But like.
Sell those high C's, man.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway,
Skull and Bones.
No, we're not talking about Skull and Bones. We're not talking about Skull and Bones. Or the song that they played, which was like, what a waste of time. So let's start off with Ubisoft, because Ubisoft had not one, but for me 2 bangers, and they decided, oh, let's just give it out to everybody else and not save it for our show. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like that they need the win, especially because, like, I don't know if they put out a game in the last 12 months besides what they put out a couple games.
Did we get a Creed game this last holiday season?
No.
No, I don't think so.
That Riders Republic game last year. That's right. Something else. There was another Ubisoft game. I don't remember. But
they did it with Nintendo last
year.
Oh,
Mario, right? Yeah. Rabbids one. Yeah.
We're not counting that as Ubisoft. We're counting that as Nintendo. It's a Nintendo.
That's fair. Nintendo's probably taking most of the profits.
Yes, but also I think it was that. If I remember correctly, it was that skating Hitman game.
Skating Hitman game.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, no?
Skating Hitman.
This is how bad Ubisoft has been for the past like 2 years.
Everybody was really high about it. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I could have sworn.
Well, a lot of people were high on Riders Republic. It just didn't.
Riders Republic, I played. It was a good game.
Yeah, that's why I feel like everyone who played it like loved it.
Okay, we have here. Oh no. Family Feud.
With Steve Harvey.
Okay. Oh no, I was
How
wrong.
much is Steve Harvey making off those games?
Roller Champions.
Oh, wait, no.
My God.
Wasn't that Rollerdrome?
That's what I was thinking of. Rollerdrome. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm like, I played Rollerdrome.
Roller Champions was just. I don't even know what it was.
I'm like, Rollerdrome was a sweet indie game on the PlayStation 5.
Do you think they make money off of Brawlhalla enough, since that's free to play?
I think
to like sustain them?
because they're still putting shit out for that.
I know that game has like a loyal following.
Right? Like, yeah, like it feels like it's still around, and I'm like, it sounds like I'm being like dismissive and shitty about Ubisoft, but like,
no, you feel free.
Well, their leadership sucks, but I mean, like fuck ease, but like, I feel like they just have not hitting it with games.
Oh, last year was Rainbow Six Extraction.
Yes.
Oh my god!
In a month, and maybe less than that.
Yeah, but I forgot that came out on Game Pass too.
Yeah, it did.
It's crazy. So they had a couple games, but nothing like real that hit. And now we have to look forward to Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, which is just Avatar Far Cry.
Now, I want to talk about this for a second.
Go ahead, Ryan.
As a big Avatar fan, God, I love those the blue aliens and Pandora, and
they're called
that's
Na'vi,
a great time.
Sir.
They are the Na'vi. I think this game looks like a ton of dumb fun.
Now, let me ask you a question.
I was not expecting it to be in first person. That was my first question.
that threw me off.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, this is a weird perspective because they're really, really big.
But it's also like, they have to illustrate the whole like environment in the game, and them just seeing a blue Na'vi in the middle of the thing, in the middle of the screen, you kind of like pick which one you have to focus on.
Of the two big Ubisoft games, I thought this was going to take a lot from the way Assassin's Creed does like things, and not the way I was not expecting this to be a Far Cry game.
Interesting. You thought this one was the one I was talking about. I said two bangers. You thought this is what I was talking about?
No. Okay. I think
I think we're all in agreement that this is
Star Wars and honestly Star Wars.
I was going to think Prince of Persia.
Yeah, I forget about that one because we never got Sands of Time.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, we're gonna get, was it the Crown, Lost Crown, right?
Lost Crown. Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna get that before we get the Sands of Time remake.
Oh yeah, we're getting this game. We're getting like in January or February.
January 18th, 2024.
Yeah.
Which looks
it looks great. Yeah,
it looks really good.
Amazing.
The movement in it looks incredible.
Yep.
It looks really good.
It's crazy. I wrote notes down when I was watching it, and I was like, it looks like it captures both eras of Prince of Persia. Yeah. Like both the Warrior Within, like Sands of Time era, and then like the OG, like the 2D style, like running through that. I was like, and it looks weighty. Like his movements look weighty and stuff. I love that they said also semi-open world. I'm like, dude, just call it Metroidvania. We all know what this is.
Yeah, of course.
2D. There's a map. You could probably fast travel. We know what this is.
If they call it that, they owe Nintendo like $5.
Yeah, every time. You're like, we're already losing money on rabbits and Mario, and no more.
You would think they would have asked for them to use it like in the contract of Mario plus rabbits,
Right.
But
I was shocked though with Avatar. If you don't mind me cutting it, I actually wanted to talk about this. It does look decent. I'm not like the biggest fan of Avatar. I mean, not to crap on it. It is very derivative in my head. It makes sense too because like my wife loves the movies. Both. I actually like the second one a lot. But the first one I was like, dude, this is just Fern Gully, and she sat there. She was like, yeah, that makes sense why I love it. I love Fern Gully. I was like, yep, it's just Fern Gully with cats. And it's fine. It's fine. I dig it. Like I'm excited to watch it. I just saw it was on Disney Plus in 4K, the first one. Mm-hmm. I was like, damn, I kind of want to watch that. Like, get a glass of wine and just
they're fun to watch. With it.
Yeah, they're just dumb. Yeah, there's just dumb fun. And the game, it was funny because like she's played a couple like Far Cry games, but that's not like really her jam. And she was, I showed her the trailer earlier. I'm like, dude, this looks really good. I think you're gonna like it. And she was sitting there watching it. She was like, this looks like Far Cry and Avatar. Oh yeah. She's like, damn, this looks like Far Cry, and I was like, you know what? That's literally what I was thinking because you have to hunt for food, you got to get crafting stuff. I'm like,
you're crafting,
you make pelts and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like this is that.
You're down and taking down the UNC the bases in the game.
Mm-hmm. I was like, it's perfectly Ubisoft formula.
Sense. And I'm like, this is not a bad use of like your team, or you got a good IP with it.
It's crazy because that world is like so cool. Like the world itself of Pandora is cool. Like I was able to go to Disney a few years back for my first time, and that's when it was there. And we went to Animal Kingdom.
That ride is incredible.
I I teared up. I was like, got emotional. I was like, I've never experienced it like this. This is insane to me. I was telling my friend she's going in like a couple months. I'm like, you gotta do it again. You gotta. Because she hasn't done it yet. She's like, oh, I'll do it. I was like, no, for real. Like, I'll be really angry with you
if you're in
do
Florida. You got to do it.
Yeah. Also, the food is fucking fantastic there.
Oh yeah.
I wish I went at night though, because I had to go like when it opened at like 7:00 in the morning. I was standing in line outside to get in.
Yep.
And man, I wanted the food, everything, the whole shows with like the RNA or RDNA, right?
Yeah.
RDA. Like their suits and stuff. That was cool. And then everyone's like, "Hey, you gotta come back at night." I was like, "Man, I got a whole day in just 2 different theme parks. I'm not coming back. I'm tired already." I'm really happy, but I'm not doing it.
I need a churro and a water.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that was Magic Kingdom.
But what's interesting to me with Prince of Persia, just to bring it back to Prince of Persia real quick, is that it's the people who make Rayman, which duh.
Actually, that makes the most sense.
Yes, it makes perfect sense. Like, why haven't they decided to do this before? Like, I don't.
Man, it should do a Splinter Cell that way, and it'll probably play like Shadow Complex.
Don't invoke Splinter Cell.
Ooh. No, if you say it 3 times, he appears.
yes. We can't keep saying it. We can't keep saying it. But yeah, I mean, I have no preference for. I mean, I have no taste for Splinter Cell. But if you say it could work, then I believe you. You know.
Yeah, that team is so talented. I would not like when I saw this and heard the team. I was like, yeah, like you. I was like, oh wow, yeah, that makes complete sense. I don't understand why no one's thought of this before.
Yeah, now thinking about it, I'm like, oh, that's a perfect.
They should be going off like one Rayman, one Prince of Persia, one Rayman, one Prince of Persia.
Exactly.
Especially since that last Rayman game was so good.
Oh my god, I still think about it to this day. It's so good. I think I own it on like every console.
Oh my god. So I just looked up Massive Entertainment, who's doing apparently both Avatar and Star Wars Outlaws.
Yep.
I
had that in my notes too. I was like,
close to being done.
Avatar is supposed to come out this year. I believe they said December of this year.
It's December 9th this year, yeah.
And then Star Wars comes out next year. And honestly, I'm going to have to rewatch this Avatar trailer because from what I saw, it didn't look as good as... I just watched the Star Wars Outlaws trailer today, like maybe an hour ago. And that looks phenomenal.
And you know what's funny
about
that?
The graphics look phenomenal.
The graphics good. I thought that game didn't look good. I thought the gameplay for it looks kind of not great.
I was telling you this before, but I think it's good to have variety because, like, if this was just another fucking Jedi game, I would have been like, okay, we kind of really don't need this anymore.
I agree with that. I just think that gunplay looks atrocious.
I'm hopeful.
Especially since I know this is the Division team.
Yep.
And the Division's gunplay is some of my least favorite gunplay ever. So I'm like, I don't know. I really hope the story's good, though, because I play for a lot of bad games for a good story.
Yeah, I mean...
I've done it too.
Yes, we all have. I think we all have.
Yeah.
How's it going, Guardians of the Galaxy, the game?
Hey.
That's pretty fun to play.
I thought it was
compared to Avengers.
It's a little long.
I thought the story was pretty good. You know?
Yeah.
The story, that's what I'm saying. The story in that game's incredible.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Then never mind. I take that back. You're right. Carlos, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I think I wrote my notes when I was going through the Ubisoft thing too. I said I was like, because they kept mentioning Massive. I was like, wait, Avatar's been in development for quite a while, right? Like, I think they started like when 2 was starting the movie. I think it was kind of like hand in hand. That might be where some of the graphic stuff doesn't look amazing, right? This is probably like a last gen game.
Probably. I'm thinking.
And they were like, oh shit, we got more time to polish it. Cool. Yeah. Let's just keep polishing until,
But then I think like the movie with COVID, it just got pushed back and just kept getting pushed.
And it kind of makes sense. You kind of need watching the trailer. I don't know if you necessarily need the context of what happened in the movies. It seems like it's pretty open.
No, I don't think you do.
She wakes up and like, hey, whatever's happened in part 2 is happening on her side of Pandora as well. So
now
she's got to deal with it.
I am interested. I do think it's really funny that James Cameron's like, yeah, this is canon.
I feel like the reason why it's taken so long is because James Cameron has been like micromanaging to make sure that they get this shit.
I bet. I mean, how many shitty Terminator games are there? You know,
there's one good one though.
What, Terminator 2 for Game Boy.
The Terminator arcade cabinet.
There's 2 games. Yeah, that's right. There you go. But yeah, I think Massive. I at first I was worried. I was like, damn, they're working on 2 huge properties at the same time. And then I was like, oh wait, no, that kind of makes sense. If like they've probably been working on this for a very long time. They're probably polishing at this point, like little things and making sure it runs really, really well. Kind of like Tears of the Kingdom, like that whole last year was polish. But I assume that Outlaws is probably going to be like their next gen, this generation like game that they wanted to make.
That's what
and kind of push stuff for them. And yeah, I'm hoping some of the gunplay does. It didn't look great. It didn't look horrible, but it didn't look amazing.
I was alright since I've played their gunplay before. I'm like, I don't know about this one, but I'm willing to see if it's good or not. I'm excited enough about the character and that little animal she's got to be like, yeah, I'll play through this to at least see where the story goes.
Yeah, why not?
And it's in an era I like.
Yeah,
I like this era for Star Wars.
I'm also kind of glad that we're like, it's not set in the same time period as Jedi Survivor or the Jedi.
It would be like 10 years. 15
no, because
isn't
it supposed to be after episode?
It's after episode 4. It's during Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right, okay.
So Cal would be like, we don't know what Cal is at that point, but it's like in the same
40,
area,
right?
Probably, yeah, he should be.
Who knows?
Yeah, at that point, probably the mullet would make sense now.
Yeah,
the mullet and the handlebar mustache.
If I want to make him look like a cowboy, it's on me.
Do we have anything else to talk about for Ubisoft?
I mean, do we want to gauge if anybody's excited for Assassin's Creed Mirage?
I still have to beat Valhalla.
Bro,
like I put maybe
Valhalla.
It's so massive. It's like
huge.
I bought it when I first got my Series X, and I was like, "Yeah, next gen, this is awesome." And I was like, "What the? Why is this so long? Why is it? This is just a tutorial? Are you kidding?" And I love Assassin's Creed. Like I really do. I think the only one I've missed so far is Syndicate. I've never played. Oh, and Rogue. Right?
I mean, yeah.
Is that the PS Vita game?
No, I think Rogue was...
Oh, shit, I've never played the Vitas. Yeah, it was like the last 360 one.
The French one.
One that was only for 360.
Yeah,
like in the era of like, I think...
The brother and
PS4
sister?
4 was coming out.
That's Syndicate, yeah.
That's Syndicate.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Rogue was... So what was Rogue?
I think it came out after Black Flag or around Black Flag.
No, the multiplayer one's like Brotherhood.
No, you play as a Templar in Rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you were an assassin.
Oh, yeah. That was the twist. That
needed. I never played that one. Never played Syndicate, even though I hear really good things about Syndicate. I put a lot of time into Unity when I shouldn't have.
That's what it was. Unity was the one that...
You powered through.
I am
stronger than most.
I'm glad that it's a smaller game. Like it's going.
That's what excites me about Mirage. Yeah.
But like, we'll see. I guess. Like,
what makes me sad is that I want to see that the one they're doing in ancient China. That game seems cool and such a setting to be wasted on a mobile game.
Oh,
yep.
You can do what you gotta do. You know, we got Japan.
Is that? I thought that one was also a mobile game.
No, Japan is the.
Is that real?
That's consoles.
Okay.
Yeah, that's consoles.
Okay, then that's.
And there's some Witch one as well coming too, right?
Yeah.
Hex, But who knows when that's coming out?
All right, so we all are. We'll see about Assassin's Creed.
It's more of. Yay, Ubisoft for having more than one like big thing that's not more than one big thing that's not Assassin's Creed. You know. Like, the Division is cool. I love the Division 1. Division 2, I bought it, and I was like, why did I buy this?
That's a fucking mood.
Yeah. Like, I played it for maybe 25 hours, but it was just like, it's okay. It's the same game, just in
It's
Washington,
the same game.
DC.
It's in Washington D.C. You get to
Yep.
rescue the
Map is
president.
bigger, you know. Like, is that a good thing? We can't
I can
fast
still
travel.
throw my little ball and it rolls and attacks them.
But like, we can't.
Its story
fast
is like
travel.
okay enough. Yeah, like it's interesting enough, but it's not. The story's not. It's good, but not as good to keep me going for that long.
It's no Final Fantasy.
Exactly.
Sorry,
I feel like Ubisoft has invested a lot in X Defiant or whatever that game's called, their shooter game.
Yeah, X Defiant.
And I have not heard a single person who's played that game.
Everybody I've heard has just been like, yeah, it looks cool, but like, we'll see if it survives, because let's not forget, Ubisoft also put out, what's that fucking game called? Hyperspace.
Hyperspace. Hyperspace? No.
Hyperspace.
I know which one you have. Hyperspace. Yeah, the one that was there, Battle Royale, that was really bad.
Hyperscape.
Oh my god, yeah, that was just recent too, right?
That was 2020, buddy.
That was a Battle Royale within that game.
It died, which is weird because like I played a couple sessions of it and it wasn't bad, but like
the level up with your gun was real bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But the gameplay was not bad.
It was okay. It was a fun play.
I've seen only one person online, Kevin Diaz from PlayStation Source. It's been like every other week, been like, I can't wait to play more X Defiant. I'm like, man, this really struck a chord with you.
Yeah.
Good
and
for
they
you.
said there was a new closed beta?
Open beta.
Yeah, next week, actually.
Yeah.
Which, who's going to play that? Because Final Fantasy.
I was going to say, I'll give it a shot, but like, yeah, like you said, Final Fantasy. Fucking shit, man. Fucking shit. Okay.
Between that, Street Fighter, God, all these. If you're a wrestling fan, AEW comes out this month. Like,
yeah, it does. We're playing Fight Forever.
Ryan, good, because I requested a code for you. We'll see.
Lovely.
If we can get it. We'll see if we can get it. Let's head over to what Xbox put out.
Yes.
And
the best conference.
Oh, the best conference.
Yeah. There we.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the pinnacle of conferences.
Mm-hmm. I thought. So it's difficult because I thought this was a good conference, but it wasn't the conference that Xbox needed. Like, it didn't show off more Xbox games that I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, okay. It showed off Starfield, it showed off Forza, it showed off Senua's. Well, that's showed off. It gave us a creepy trailer for Senua's Saga, but everything else was like felt missing for me. Yes,
I'm a huge Fable fan, so that opening up with that was key.
Yeah,
still don't believe that's gameplay.
I don't think.
I keep hearing it is, and I'm just like, no, you're lying to me.
I think we saw literally like 0.2 milliseconds of it. Like I think when she's like throwing the fireball and swinging the sword, and that's their loophole. Like technically, that's gameplay.
Also, let's not forget they did say that they were gonna say like, hey, this is gameplay, and hey, this is.
In-game cinematic, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There was delineations, yeah. And literally, there's like every game you see has some gameplay in it, and I was like,
okay,
Microsoft, that's 0.2 seconds.
Yeah,
gameplay.
yeah,
like,
it's still gameplay.
You are correct.
It's still gameplay.
Yeah.
I just felt like we needed more from a sliver of Perfect Dark. We needed. Whether it be gameplay,
oh my god, yeah.
Whether we get gameplay or give me a cinematic trailer, I don't care. I'm all for it. I just want to see what that game looks like and what they're doing. I could have used that Halo game that third party.
Certain Affinity.
Yes, is working on. Again, it could have just been an announcement trailer, like coming soon, Halo, blah blah blah.
That's and technically, we show like in-game cinematics. Like that's that loophole. Like we just said, Fable, right?
But like I said,
you could have showed like this is what that map looks like in Perfect Dark.
Even
like,
if
cool,
even if it's far off, I would have just been like, okay, that's a good announcement. Like I'll take it. But I don't know.
No. Yeah, and there's two teams working on Perfect Dark, right? We have Crystal Dynamics
and the Quadruple A studio that is
the San Diego one, right?
Yeah. Who knows what that team's name is? Because they all have. There's two teams: the Gears of War team, and this team.
Coalition.
The Coalition and the fuck. What is?
Oh my god.
What is
Crystal
this?
Dynamics?
No, the Coalition and the It's something that starts with Co.
The Collective. Is it
The collective, I think
There
it
you
is.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's too close together, guys. Somebody's got to change their name.
Now, something I really do want to give credit for Xbox here, though, is the showing of Japanese games. They've always struggled over there.
Yep.
They've always been the lowest selling console. They've
Yes.
never really had. They tried really early on in the 360's life to get some big JRPGs,
And they did. Blue
and
Dragon.
it did not. They did get
Lost
Blue
Odyssey.
Dragon,
Let's go.
and
That's
Lost
not
Odyssey, and it was a 10-year-old Ryan was having a great time. It was a real great time. But then this whole generation went by, and they kind of didn't do anything over there. They got Dead. Was it Dead Rising? They do.
Yeah.
That was Capcom would give it to Xbox, right? Yeah. But now it looks like they are getting a few pretty big games that they got to announce. Maybe some things leaked in some social media managers. Now there's a position over at Atlas, but
He's fine.
Man,
I think that's pretty incredible. They got 3 Atlas games and a Capcom game.
Mhm.
I will say, yes, I was very happy to see them showing off Japanese development games.
And they're all
Especially-
day one Game Pass. Like
Yes.
the
Yeah.
fact that they secured them for Game
Kick
Pass day one.
ass.
Like Metaphor, man, looks amazing.
Oh, man.
I was like, medieval freaking Persona? Okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
yeah.
Shin Megami Tensei? Yeah, let's do this.
I was all for it. They did also announce Towerborn, which was the Banner Saga people, which also looked pretty good to me.
Yeah.
That 33
Oh, I'm excited to try that.
Immortals, you gotta be fucking crazy to try this.
Nah.
It looks
I want
insane,
I want to
man.
know what
It
this.
looks
What does
insane.
this feel like?
But also, like, I don't. It's all. It's
You
it
ever
kind
play
of.
some 50v50 in Fortnite? That was a good time.
I don't think I did. No, but
That was a fun time.
it feels like what Final Fantasy 14 feels like on screen. Like this.
Yeah, probably, right?
This
Just-
gives me that kind of vibe. Like, oh, there's too much shit happening. On
That's
this
what it's trying to represent. It's trying to do the raid part of a MMO style game, but with a almost Hades, this new dungeon crawler style combat that's real popular right now.
So I mean, like at least from the trailer, what I gathered was that it's big. The loop of it, it's just a 33 player raid, right?
Mhm.
That's the idea of it. Like
that's
every
the
time,
Yeah.
that's pretty ambitious and pretty like a good niche to get in there, like to do something different with like battle royales or massive
Definitely.
multiplayer games like that.
Definitely something way different that I would have never suggested. 33 people.
I think it's a really fun idea, and I'm really excited to try it. I'm so excited to see how this game runs.
Just like imagine the pitch for it. It was just like, hey, Nintendo's got a really good thing with 99 Tetris 99. Like, why don't we just do this? But instead of 99, let's just do 33. You know,
We'll
That
just
shit is
divide it.
free.
Oh,
Like, honestly, that could have been the pitch for it, and that would have been perfect. We saw some Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty stuff, which
as
looks can be very deceiving, guys. Looks can be very deceiving. This looks
Especially
like,
with Cyberpunk.
yes, this looks like the first trailer we got with Cyberpunk,
Mhm.
and I'm hoping it delivers. I've heard the guy that took over for directing the game. He said he's working on making sure that this is like the best possible game that they can leave, and then he's gonna start working on the sequel. So I'm hoping it looks good.
And then I know it was shown at this behind closed doors, and that the people who came out of that have been very positive online about it. They say it's a whole
Yes.
brand new game, and we've
Yeah.
seen the screenshots of pretty much an overhauled every system's pretty much looking overhauled.
Yes.
And as the cyberpunk apologist of the podcast, who thinks the first one is a really good, who thinks it's already launched well.
Well, you played on PC.
I-
That doesn't count.
I did play
Yeah,
on
that's
PC.
fair,
It was
yeah.
it was a real good time for me. I had a lovely time with it.
Yeah, we were over here with PlayStation 4s.
Yeah, man.
Didn't get my 5 yet.
Catching on fire.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think this is exactly what Cyberpunk needed, a big overhaul DLC, akin to like what Taken King did for Destiny. These massive DLCs that just change the way these games are viewed.
Yeah.
And I'm really interested to see what does this brand new Cyberpunk look like?
Yeah.
Where does this story begin? Like, is it after, what ending is now canon? Like,
well, it says
is it going to be after it? Or is it going to be in the middle? Do I just get to go there now? Like halfway through the game, I go to Florida?
I think this is actually below Night City. So
yeah,
is it below Night City?
I think it is. And I think they said they tweaked the ending, right?
Yes. No, this adds another ending.
Yeah.
So this could be like right before that final mission.
Okay, so right before you take the tower. Okay. Yeah, then I'm actually really excited for this. I think this is going to be, because I played Cyberpunk again a couple months ago when 1.2 came out.
Could have been
to the big update, and it played perfectly on a PS5. I couldn't tell any problems with it, so I'm interested to see how this works now.
Yeah, I messed around on Series X a little bit with maybe a couple months ago, and I was like, oh wow, man, this is like we're in a good place.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, all right, cool. I was like, maybe I'll pick this back up again, and then Final Fantasy.
yeah, of course. Liza P looked really great. We saw some more of that.
So
did you guys try the demo?
I played the demo for this.
I was gonna say,
how was it?
Again, big Soulsborne person. I've played a ton of these games. It is a less pretty and good Bloodborne, but it's still a pretty good game. Like, it's entirely based on the Bloodborne style of very fast pokes at a thing to get back your health if it hits you. And the enemies are very you can see BioShock Infinite took a lot from BioShock Infinite with this one.
Okay.
Because the enemies look very much that steampunk mechanical of BioShock with the big gilded gold on them and all that. But overall, I think this will be a solid 7.5 to 8.5 game. It's nothing I haven't played before, but it's not the worst version of these style of games I've played either.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you brought up BioShock Infinite, because there was another game that could have been the spitting image of BioShock Infinite, Clockwork Revolution. And you know what?
Looks cool.
Looks fantastic. And
looks real cool.
Even if it is BioShock, but bits of tweaks here and there, I'm okay with that. Like the just the graphics itself looks phenomenal. I'm all for it. And plus, we could use some more steampunk.
That was a nice surprise during the Xbox conference. Like, when I saw that, I was like, oh,
yeah,
this was not on my radar. Like, oh wow, this is what they've been working on. NXS, right? That's the company, the developer. NXL, sorry.
Yes.
And yeah, I was like really shocked. I was like, damn, this looks pretty decent. It looks pretty dark. I dug that. To go back really quick on Liza P.
Go for it.
I tried the demo, and I am not a Soulsborne person. Not that I don't like them. I know they're good games, but my brain can't comprehend how to play them. And I think I played it for like 3 hours because I kept going to that. I'm assuming the giant choo-choo train is the bad guy that you finished the demo on.
Yeah, okay. That's the last.
I tried that way too many times, and I was like, all right, I'm not angry. I just know I suck. I was like, damn, this game is good. I am bad.
Get good, son.
I know. I was like, damn, I feel like I'm getting it. And then he just murdered me. I was like, nope, back to square one.
Yep.
Back to square one on that one. Damn. I was still not good at these. But damn, this is an amazing genre. I understand why people love these games.
It's not here. I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. I would rather Disney put out a Liza P. That's just Liza Pinocchio, and it's just
it literally would be Pinocchio.
Literally would be Pinocchio and his exactly. The Liza P. The action is just Pinocchio's nose growing.
You just keep lying to make his nose bigger.
Exactly. Think of Fallout 4. Think of Fallout 3.
That morale system.
Yes, that morale system. Well, think of just Fallout 3, but like change the setting to Pinocchio, and change the character to Pinocchio, and then I'll play the shit.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
We like I said before, we got that creepy trailer of Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Oh my god,
that thing was wild.
I hated it so much.
That was so cool with headphones on. Oh my god.
No, I hated it. Oh my god, it creeped me the fuck out. I was like, I gotta take this off.
That reminded me. I was like, oh shit, I gotta play the first one, man. I know it's like that's the hook of that one.
Oh, the first one's really good.
I love Ninja Theory. Like I love their DMC. I loved what's that Journey of the West game they have?
Those people, okay.
I do. I like it. I mean, listen, Devil May Cry 5 and Devil May Cry 3 are way better than DMC. But I was like, damn, this is actually pretty decent. I was like really shocked.
Okay game. But they're oh god, I forget what the action game on Xbox 360 was.
I think it's Enslaved, right?
Was it Enslaved Journey into the West? It was the story of Journey into the West in like a futuristic setting.
That was fun, man.
That was a really good like third-person action game.
Yeah, really under the radar, man. Like a lot of people got to play that game.
And the last thing I want to mention for Microsoft was Microsoft Flight Simulator 2023. I think it was
2024.
2024.
Yeah, I think that's
with the Dune expansion. Can't fucking wait, man. Can't wait to get lost and fly in a fucking airplane. Can't wait.
That's definitely a vibe.
The joy that we got from the vibes of playing this game like a year ago now.
Yeah.
Were a great time. And I'm really excited to see how these action and rescue missions play.
Yeah.
Because they could be really fun.
They could be, or it could be really annoying.
While we are still here on simulators for a second, I want to talk about Forza. Because that game's looking good as a big Forza guy, big sim racing. Xbox, if this is going to be... I can already tell you this game's going to review well. It's going to be a great game for them. These games do well. People like their sim racers. But just from what I can tell, gameplay I've watched now and the whole customization, the story of this sounds really fun of getting a car, and instead of trying to get a car to be in a type of race, you keep upgrading the same car into different things. That sounds like a really cool idea for a racing game story in this style. So I'm pretty excited to play this as a person who really likes these kind of games.
Yeah, that's always one I wish that there's a couple like genre games that I always wish I was better at, like even remarkably kind of like decent at. Like I'm okay. I'm okay at fighting games. That's why I like them. Like I can't wait for Mortal Kombat 1 and stuff like that later this year. But like I look at Forza, even Horizon. Like I put maybe 3 hours into Horizon. I'm like, damn. This is beautiful. This is fun. I really suck at these games. Like I am horrible. I could literally drive an actual car. I cannot drive these cars.
You know what you need? You need the actual like
steering wheel
and pedals and shit. Yeah.
Watch my ass still be horrible at it. So I still be like,
let's say that.
Like I just look at my wife like, you got to drive the car from now. Like, I'm just hanging it up.
Channel Vin Diesel when you're playing. And
not a bad idea.
Then he's family, and you just win.
That's all I have to keep saying. Imagine you play it online, and that's how you hear some dude just driving by you, like, "God, family."
Pretty much, that's how you do it. But I think overall, Xbox had a great showcase.
I think so too. Like I said, I wish that there was just more Microsoft Game Studios, but like it was still a pretty great showcase. And again, Starfield looks fantastic.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about the Starfield Direct as a whole.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
It's what it needed to.
Yes.
It is. It's you can go back and watch me and Ruben's live reaction and watch us progressively get more sold on a game we've been bashing for 2 years now.
Yep. If you asked me last week, like, you think Starfield's gonna be good? I would have been like, no fucking way. It's a Bethesda game. No fucking way that this game is gonna be good. That 45 minutes of them showing me the game changed my mind completely. I can't wait for this fucking game. Yes.
I did the same thing, man. I was like, I bet he was gonna be good, but like, I was like so sour on Bethesda since Fallout 4.
Yeah,
same
same
The
here.
base building, man. I was so angry with that base building. Like
the base building, the guy.
like, can I just do an
you?
approximation and you kind of like take care of the rest? I just want to play the story.
For me, it's like every Bethesda game I've played has just like been broken. I can't finish the story.
Is that as well?
Except for Fallout 3. Like
I love Fallout 3.
Fallout 3 is the only game that I was able to finish.
Ooh. Before we move on to Xbox, because that reminded me, because my favorite Fallout is New Vegas. Obsidian's RPG.
Avowed.
Oh,
Avowed looks
decent.
insane. It looks good.
Now,
I'm like,
go ahead, Ryan.
They're making a Skyrim-like? Okay. The company that was left behind by Bethesda is now going for theirs. And now they're under the same umbrella, which I find very funny.
I think that's hilarious. Also, they've been doing their own thing for a while, and they've been killing it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like, so many people love Grounded.
Outer Worlds.
Yeah, Outer Worlds, and now I played a decent amount of Outer Worlds.
Hell,
Like,
didn't they even make like back even after that was the oh god, what were they called? The South Park games. Didn't they also do the South Park RPGs?
I think they did the first one. I don't think they did the second one.
Did they do the first one?
Yeah,
okay.
and
then they got sold to Ubisoft. Yeah.
There you go.
During the THQ
first one
buyouts.
was probably the better one, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, they really like upped their game. I would take a game of theirs over Bethesda game. You know, like at this point.
Absolutely.
But now I've seen the 45 minutes of Starfield. And I just want to hang out with that robot.
Now, I do want to point out, people have been saying on the internet that like the first trailer that we got for this looks significantly better than what we got this past week, which is like, I guess they just changed art style.
Yeah, it's like the Spider-Man game with the puddles.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm willing to try it out. Yeah, give it a shot.
If it is stable and runs well, and it's not a broken sandbox for me to play in, but actually a cool world for me to experience, I'm super excited for this game.
Same here.
But if it runs like trash, it's a real sad time for Bethesda.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the 30 frames per second? Like capped?
I'm okay with it. Like Bethesda needs all the handicaps that they can fucking get.
Yeah,
that's
I
where
agree.
I was at. I'm like, if this thing can run steady at 30, like if it's 30 and dipping to 24, that's going to be ugly.
Yeah.
But if it's staying at a locked 30 perfectly, then it should be fine. It will run quite well.
Also,
I was thinking the same thing.
I want to point out, I think they also mentioned that they would be putting in the showcase, like, hey, this game is 30 frames per second. Hey, this is 60. They also didn't do that. But that's neither here nor there. I'll take what I got. You know, it looks pretty, and I'm glad that it kind of wasn't in the showcase for it. Like in the direct, like, hey, this is 30 frames per second. I'm glad they waited till after to announce that, because it still looked fucking good. And I'll probably also play it on PC just because. Why not? You know.
I get it. I get it, man. I get it. And now I think that just leaves Key 3.
Unfortunately, at least Key 3. I didn't see the Capcom showcase. Was there anything to point
There was
out?
Jackal. It was the most pointless showcase. It was a shame to be a Capcom fan after the banger year. It was not a good time.
Right? Like, they killed it game-wise all year, and they can't do a direct or anything.
No. It was bad. It was like a bunch of stuff that didn't needed, and it was just the same things that we've already seen, and nothing new other than some like a few minutes of Dragon's Dogma gameplay, but that was about it.
So do we think that they should just like stick to, hey, this is a PlayStation game, put this out on your showcase. Hey, this is an Xbox game, put this there. Hey, Keeley, listen, man, you're gonna have to fucking pay us the big bucks to give us blah blah blah. You know.
I think that unless it is a major franchise for them that they have a few announcements for, like if they want to do a massive update to Street Fighter V and they do a Street Fighter 6 and they do a Street Fighter Direct, fine. You have multiple Resident Evil games coming out in a physical year, and you want to show those off for Resident Evil Day. Perfect. You don't need a spotlight at E3 though. You're just not that studio.
Okay.
No, they're really not. Like, just focus on the games because like they are putting out banger after banger after banger.
So bring back Lost Planet, and then you can have table.
It's so it breaks my brain to just like think of like they have put out the last maybe 5 games that they've put out been fucking phenomenal.
Yep.
Bangers.
And
they are
nothing here.
Just going upwards. This is a little spike, but we're going to keep going upwards.
Listen, if they surprise the whole audience with like a Dino Crisis remake in the RE engine, then it would have been the best conference of the week.
My bold prediction is Exo Primal is it's a Dino Crisis game. It's going to end up being one.
I mean, it's got to be.
They're going to tie it in at the end.
Yeah, I think it will 100% fully tie in a dumb way, and we'll just be like, hell yeah.
I've been waiting, man. I've been waiting.
They will at least say the words, there is a dinosaur crisis.
Yeah. I could see that. I could see that happening, definitely. Which, yeah, like Ryan said, leaves us to key 3. I'm going to be honest with you, there was only one big announcement, fellas. And that was, are you ready for this? Twisted Metal debuts on Peacock on July 27th.
Let's go, Samoa Joe.
Dude,
he's looking great as 3-2.
He looks great as 3-2. That guy's so hype.
I am definitely going to be playing that clip more than once. Just singing along to fucking song. I'm okay with it.
I wonder if that's going to be good. I hope it's good.
I don't think it's going to be good.
It to me, I needed to at least hit a... Oh, here's a good question. What's everyone's thoughts on the Uncharted movie?
It was fun to watch, but it was a bad movie.
Yeah, it wasn't amazing. I feel like
it could have been
Mark
better.
Wahlberg as Sully is probably the worst part of it.
Yeah.
I was surprised by Tom Holland. I was like, damn, he's pretty good. And the girl who played Chloe was good.
Not gonna lie, I think Mark Wahlberg did a pretty good job. For what he was given. Like, we gotta remember, originally he was supposed to be playing Nathan Drake. So like they kind of had to put him somewhere.
Very
fair. For what he was given, I'll take it. Like, it wasn't
to be in development hell so long, you watch your role go from lead to the teacher.
You age out. You age out of your role. Like, isn't that crazy? I dug it. I dug it enough that I was like, all right, between this and, like, I think this was decent enough that, like, I wouldn't mind a sequel. And maybe, like, you could, like, fine-tune it a little more. Especially now that I have this issue with a lot of actors, the action actors that don't show themselves like either age or get beat up more often. Like it's not believable. The Rock, yeah, Vin Diesel. Come on, come on, man. You're not Superman. Like we get it. You know.
He is to me, goddamn it.
It's just it's like I miss the days of being a kid growing up in the late 80s, early 90s. Like John McClane getting his ass whooped. Now he kills people. He still gets the shit done, but he got his ass whooped throughout that whole movie. Like he's still a badass.
Rocky would get his shit rocked.
Exactly, man. Like Rambo got a couple licks in and stuff like that.
He did it because he put his arm back on.
It's just like I don't know when that happened. Like no one wants to show that they're aging or getting pain. Like
it started with the Rock.
You're almost 60, bro. Like
it started with the Rock.
It's okay to have the gray hair. It's okay to like just look like Sully. Like what are you doing?
I will say I think I found the perfect, just off the top of my head, I think I found the perfect person to play the villain next movie, if there is a sequel. Jason Statham.
Ooh.
Perfect.
Yeah, because it's the bad guy from the first game, right?
Even if it's not.
Yeah. If you don't go that route, like how it ended.
Just put Jason Statham as a bad guy. Jason Statham... I haven't put myself through watching the Fast and Furious movies because, like, the day I do it is the day I die. But Jason Statham has pretty much kicked it out of the park for every action movie he's been in.
That's true.
Let's shout out to Crank.
Shout out to Crank.
Hell yeah.
Great movie,
yeah,
great
dude.
movie, great movie.
Both of them so great. Oh my god, insane movies.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah,
yeah,
like with Twisted Metal, if it get hit for me, like I think Uncharted is a low bar for.
it's not gonna hit.
Ooh no, Ratchet and Clank wasn't great. Actually, I watched that movie.
It's not gonna hit.
I had to watch that multiple times. Actually, it's not amazing. The game for that
Phenomenal.
great. The
Oh,
remake
the
game,
game
yeah,
for that movie was fantastic.
yeah.
for
The
some
movie,
reason.
man. All right, so that's a low bar. There we go. As long as it's better than that Ratchet and Clank
I'm gonna
movie.
tell you right now, it's not. It's not
Good.
gonna be.
You don't think Twisted Metal's gonna hit?
I think
it's
there's a
gonna hit.
40% chance of it being better.
I
With
think
a strong 60% chance of it being worse.
more Thong Song, and yeah, it'll be good. But like, this is, I don't know. This is gonna be.
It is dependent on the use of Cisco.
Yes, if
Yeah.
Cisco shows up, fuck yes, and I think he might show up in this show.
You never know.
I
man.
wouldn't
They
be
have to have the
surprised.
whole
Cisco's gonna
Enter
show
the
up.
Dragon album. They have to have the whole
Yeah,
2001
yeah.
Enter the
Each
Dragon
episode
Is
is
a song,
one
yeah.
song, and then he shows up at the end. I would not be surprised.
In his own Twisted Metal.
Yes.
He's Anthony Mackie's like brother or something.
Not even that. Well, I mean, no, he's
Yeah.
just Cisco.
He
He just shows up as Cisco, like because they both have a thing for Cisco, I guess. But yeah, I'm expecting this to not do good. Yeah. Again,
I'm hoping that it's above. If it's above Ratchet and Clank, I will deem it okay at best.
fair enough.
But that I like Sony. I think a lot of people are hoping that or assume it's going to be good because Last of Us is so amazing from Sony Productions, and again, Uncharted was like okay, surprised by it more than anything. I was like, damn, it was actually not bad.
I think they were throwing stuff at the wall to see what stuck.
Yep.
And HBO was. I mean, The Last of Us was the only thing that stuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Which kind of worries me with Horizon on Netflix, especially because it's Netflix.
Yeah, I could see that being good depending on how they do it. How they
The
pull it
team
off.
behind it, like I'm
Yeah.
excited for them to
It
dive
depends
into
on
Horizon.
how good the world looks. That is one where
Yes.
like those creatures are gonna have to be on point.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we
Yeah,
have the
Netflix
God
has
of
got to
War
put money
from
on.
Prime,
Oh, I forgot that's coming out. Yeah.
which Ruben
Go for it,
thinks
Ryan.
about daily.
already-
So I got the pitch. And this pitch is make it not God of War 2018. You can't do that. That's too perfect of a game to
Mhm.
it's too much of a movie already. Unless you're shot for shotting it. No, what you got to do is make this a grungy 2000s like game. Make this about
Like the Grease one?
OG Kratos. Make this
Oh shit.
dark. Make this bloody. Make this like The Boys. Have fun with this and just go wild with it. Because I don't think you can capture the perfect story of God of War 2018 in a Amazon Prime production.
Can you imagine though if they do that, if they like consolidate the first 3 games into like 2 seasons of the show,
it'd be perfect.
and
This him
then
hunting down Zeus.
and then season 4 is just drastically more like somber.
They
And,
gotta
like
do it. I think if they go that route, it's got to be similar to The Boys.
yeah.
It does. But I think Amazon Prime.
So now
It's
that you're
willing to
saying,
be
now
that.
that I just thought of that, like I could see it happening, right? I could see that. Them
It's like The
pulling
I
Boys,
think you
like,
just heard my
crosses-
pitch too many times.
Yeah, Sam Raimi's Hercules and Xena. Like you gotta have those like kind of crossover, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I mean, Kevin
100%.
Sorbo sucks, but you can.
Now he does.
As a person.
Before he
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah.
And now he's
Yeah.
just sucks ass. Fuck. I just remember my dad always watching Kevin Sorbo on TV and Xena. Like that was his livelihood. Xena and fucking Hercules.
Yeah,
Fuck
man.
yeah, rock on.
Yeah. And then
Ryan Gosling is young Hercules on Fox
I
Kids.
could see it.
Ooh.
I could see
Yeah.
it. Oh,
That happened back in the day. Yeah.
That
I
was a
didn't know
thing.
that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That was like one of his like first roles. That was
Yep.
like way early on. So other than movies and television,
Yes.
what did we think of
I'm
D&D? So we
Yeah,
started off with Mortal Kombat 1, right? That
Yes.
was
Man.
Yes.
and
We got Mortal
holy
Kombat 1.
shit, that game's clean.
I'm hoping it's great. No, I got it on my on our fantasy draft, and I'm hoping
These
that just hits.
combo, the assist fighters look insane. I'm really
Yeah.
interested to see all the new versions of characters that we kind of know. Like, it looks like Johnny is some type of rich LAN guy, not like a new modern day movie star instead of being the 80s action star he was. And now you got Scorpion and Sub-Zero's brothers. You have a lot of cool stuff that they're doing here, and
I'm interested in that, like, because they still have the different color schemes. I was like looking in detail. I did like a whole breakdown on my youtube.com/nerderday.
Okay.
And I did a whole breakdown, and I was looking finally at like the emblems and stuff, because I wanted to see if in this new Fire God Liu Kang universe, are they both Lin Kuei? Are they both Shu Ryu? Are they separate? Like, they're two different factions that work alongside each other. Like, hey, I got this mission. You do that over there. I'll do that over here. We're brothers. Like, I work for this clan. You work for that clan. Like, I'm so interested. I also want to know, like, I'm such a Mortal Kombat fan since back in the day. Like, I remember playing it in arcades and stuff. And I love story. So I actually love the story behind Mortal Kombat so much.
Yes, I've been loving them since 9.
Oh my god, yeah,
it's been amazing.
It really has, and I'm hoping we get that like kind of emotional like impact that like if like stuff starts going bad for like Liu Kang's like new universe, he's like, man, I really fucking tried. I wanted everyone to just have this happy ending, because like Melina is like queen now, and Katana's like not like an aide. Like that's so interesting to me, and it's also like, is Shao Kahn around? You know, did what's her name die? Like, did their dad die? Like, is she a clone?
Who are the people? What does Outworld look like? I want to know, because like we just seen Modern Places.
Yeah, that's the most interesting thing. And thank God Johnny Cage has his own level for once.
It's good. Yeah, but I'm like, I want to know what like the weird part of the MK universe looks like. Are we going to have guys like Balaka and Shao Kahn and like the monsters of Outworld?
Yeah, and we see Goro as like a cameo fighter.
It's 80s Goro. Just walking around, just punching.
Exactly. So like what? And I had a theory about that too. Like, does that play into, you know, like a lot of the mechanics will play into the story mode. Does the cameo fighters being what they look like in their first appearance play into anything like that, since Liu Kang had control over time?
Yeah, I was like, I think there's a reason they all look like they're out of the 80s game. Like, I think there's 100% a reason why.
And their fatalities are right from their very first appearances. Like Jax's, he gets big and stomps down. Like, that's
he's so weird.
So stupid. I love it.
It's so good. But I'm really hoping they knock out of the park with this one, because 10 is an amazing game. God, I love MK10. MK11 is a very pretty game, but very okay in a Mortal Kombat gameplay sense. They tried to do too much with variations, and no character felt whole.
I do agree with that.
So, with them, from what it sounds like from people who have played, I've listened to a few people now who have their things. It sounds like these characters are very kitted, and you also have the adding of now basically another move with your assist. I think there will be a pretty good combat system to this, along with a probably pretty good story. I'm actually pretty excited for this.
Yeah, and it seems like a lot of the button inputs are a little different as well too, because I think it was IGN. I think Mitchell Saltzman had he was talking about like just trying to do the freeze attack, like just the stay in place freeze attack with Sub-Zero, and it wasn't the same prompts. And so like they've adjusted stuff.
Over here, I'm screaming. That's been ingrained in my head how to do that since
yeah, right. Like that's. I wonder if what has changed. Also, cameo fighters too. Ed Boon talked that like you can have Sub-Zero cameo be with Sub-Zero, the main character from like 1. So like that's gonna be. I wonder how that plays. Like that's gonna be fun to see, like the X-ray moves and things like that.
Nah, I think this game looks incredible.
I'm gonna have to take your word for it. Fighting games to me, it's just like no, I'm good. I'd rather play another Final Fantasy game over again.
Fair.
Very fair.
I'm an
online warrior. I am grinding these games out online.
Yes. We got the Sonic Superstars announcement.
Oh,
Looks
this game looks
phenomenal. Can't wait.
It looks good.
Wait.
I'm wondering if it will have 4-player online.
It says 4-player co-op, but it doesn't say online. Whether or not
I hope
online.
there's online co-op because if there is, we should stream that one. That'd be a fun one.
It would be so weird if this is 4-player online.
I don't know. That's the modern day thing. Like
the latency, though. Like Sonic is too fast. You know.
That's what worries me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't ever look that fast of a game though. Like everything they showed in it, Sonic never looked like he was moving ridiculously fast. He looked like he was more platforming than he was his like near speed.
Fair enough.
Almost like the way he plays in some games where he's very fast and super turbo and all that.
So he's slowing down for the rest of them. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. So I don't know. I could see it though. I could see it.
Okay. All right.
Or it could be like faster in single player mode, and then like you get people and like it slows down ever so slightly.
We also got Alan Wake 2 gameplay, which looks
incredible.
It looks really good.
Ryan, I think you need to play Control again because
I hate Control. Don't make me play it again.
You're insane. I think
it's a great story. It's an amazing story. The combat is god awful.
Okay. All right, if you say so. If you say so. We also I'm sorry, we missed one thing from Xbox's showcase. Like a Dragon.
Oh,
yeah, that was another massive Japanese game that showed off.
Yeah, I knew there was another RPG. It was there's the Like a Dragon 8, not the one that Keeley showed, the man with no name.
Infinite Wealth was the one that was
Infinite
shown,
Wealth, yeah.
Which fucking Sega.
It isn't 8, it's a turn.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to figure out because the other one, Man Without a Name or Man Who's Forgotten His Name, is coming out in November.
Yes, the man who erased his name.
One in early next year.
Yeah. So
I'm trying to figure out which one is 8.
I was listening to MinMax this morning, and MinMax said that Infinite Wealth is 8.
Okay,
I think that's the series moving forward. Like numbered wise.
Kiryu is out, and we have the new guy. And
no, I think Kiryu is back in this Infinite Wealth.
No, that's the new guy from the Tactics game where you're are playing
word for it. I haven't played any of these games.
That is 100% the new guy.
Okay.
Because
when Kiryu, it was like Yakuza Like a Dragon, when they introduced him. Yeah.
I thought I heard them say Kiryu is still in this game, but I think it'll
be
dual
We don't know what the story of Infinite Wealth is going to be. It's a Yakuza game.
Yeah.
Games are incredible.
Some American beach,
Yeah.
I'm guessing he's in Hawaii.
Yeah.
That's where
I would think, the closest.
But I am so interested in, because I don't think they've ever done a game outside of Japanese prefecture.
Nope.
And I am technically they did Feudal Japan because I played that game this year.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kenny Omega in that game.
Hell yeah, Kenny Omega. And Rahul Kohli,
Yeah, it was a dope time. But I think these will both be really good. And I think that's cool to see how big the Yakuza franchise has gotten.
It's
for
also,
Sega.
Yeah,
it's now a pillar of their company.
Sega has just been putting these games out nonstop. There is not a year that I can remember where there isn't
dipped in quality. They're getting pretty good reviews across the board.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These games, I was just speaking to somebody, I want to say it was Matt Grover, who was just like, yeah, Final Fantasy has been continually getting better, but I was like, yeah, but Sega has been pumping out these Yakuza games nonstop for the past 6 years, and they, from what I've seen, have just been top tier quality. Yeah,
no, they've all been pretty amazing. Some better than others, but nothing below an 8.
Yeah, they finally permeated the whole collective mindscape of gamers, whether it just be Japanese or American gamers. Everyone's excited now for this series. And it's perfect time. You can get all the remastered collections on modern consoles, and hell, they're on Game Pass and PlayStation Plus, depending on what tier you have. So that's super interesting. I like also that they know their fan base enough to be like, okay, we're not doing any more Lost Judgment or Judgment games because there's a bunch of random ass controversy with it. I think that's serious. At least in Japan with like the actors.
Yeah.
And then so we have there's that too. Yeah, I was like, you have the Man with No Name, which will do the old school like kind of beat 'em up of his games, like Kiryu's games, and now Like a Dragon will be that, or like proper like Infinite Wealth will be the RPG that they teased as an April Fool's joke and now is actually a staple of their
I'm
series.
very curious now, though. I'm wondering if his combat will change, and it will be
I mean, he's running around naked.
Full size, like a full Yakuza game. Like, it will be not a turn-based RPG. Because I know a lot of fans were not a big fan of that turn-based RPG. It brought in a lot of RPG people, but people who are big Yakuza people were like, it made a 30-hour game into an 80-hour game because that game has a ridiculous amount of classic JRPG grinding, where there are harsh level checks in that game where you can't do the damage, you're not getting past here for a while. Go out, go kill some stuff, come back.
And I love their reasoning behind it, that he is such a Dragon Quest fan that this is how he perceives like his reality.
It's so good. It's so good. Now, speaking of Dragon Quest, that new Akira Toriyama Sandland game is looking absolutely incredible. This is one of my surprise like standouts of the Keighley showcase. Was this game as a resident anime fan here, the anime man, all that? I absolutely think this game has captured Toriyama's style better than pretty much any game in motion. Of like his manga panel style. This looks just like it was ripped off the page.
Exactly.
Which is insane to me.
I would say this and Fighters, like DBZ Fighters.
But even Fighters, it looks like the show. It doesn't look like
a manga.
This looks like manga panels.
It was crazy too, because like Sandland, I remember. I think I read maybe the first volume. Like, oh my god,
it's a one-volume manga.
Oh, okay. So then I read it. Yeah. It's interesting to go with that property. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think you can. There's some people like me who are like, oh, I remember this. Like, I remember like reading this and stuff. But there's gonna be new people who just know Akira Toriyama, and that's enough to push you, forward.
That's to get you for the door.
But also, like Toriyama, come on, let's just make more Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase. Let me rephrase. Let's make some more Dragon Ball Super anime. Like we already got the Granola arc. You could just put that up on.
Do the Moro arc. Oh my god, the Moro arc. Like that would be insane.
There's a lot of good arcs that have been written for Dragon Ball Super.
I'm just saying we have enough to like.
Oh, you have enough for like 80 episodes currently.
Yeah.
So, like,
and I was happy with Superhero, but man, like I want more.
Oh, I loved Superhero. That was oh my god, the Piccolo.
I had to force myself not to watch it once a week. Like I love that movie so much. As a Gohan fan, I was like, finally.
I get that. As a Piccolo fan, seeing him finally get like an ultimate form, I'm like, let's go Piccolo.
I did not watch this movie because I can't stand Gohan anymore. Gohan failed me.
They do a good job.
Gohan failed me with Super, and I was just like, okay, I guess this is what I have to live with. And I heard great things about this. I have to check it out, but until now, I haven't watched it.
He is still very I mean, it's early in the movie, so I'm not giving it too much spoiler. He's still like the very hey, did you hear about this bug?
Yeah.
Piccolo's like, bro, what are you talking about?
It's like, watch your child.
I'm taking care of your child for you.
I took care of you for your father. I'll take care of your child for you. That's fair.
Yeah, it does come around at the end, but
no, but
I was like shocked.
I've heard good things, and I'll give it a shot when I get a chance.
Two things left for Keighley's, which would be Spider-Man.
Spider-Man was just the announcement trailer for the date,
which I think is a great time for Spider-Man to come out.
Yeah. Also a big win for Keighley.
It is a big win.
Yeah. The fact that it wasn't announced at the PlayStation Showcase and he got it on Summer Game Fest kickoff, I was like, what did you have to do? Keely, to get this?
You don't want to know.
What black magic do you have over Jim Morano?
Yeah. I would
He's
also
got Kevin Butler in a closet somewhere. It's
exactly.
like, I will kill him if you do not do this.
Exactly. I also want to point out we have one more thing here. Give me 1 second. Pal World is like Pokemon but with guns.
Yeah, the way you make the Pokemon work in like labor camps and stuff. Yeah, it's an interesting game.
Yeah, can't wait for that. We did get what else? Path of Exile.
Path of Exile.
Getting Street Fighter 6 combo. Crossover, not combo.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think that was pretty much
Ninja
it.
Turtles DLC.
How could we fucking forget? Nicolas Cage is coming to Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage was the most Nicolas Cage I've seen him in a while.
Yeah.
Up there on stage. And you know what? I truly do believe he's like, this is a great horror franchise. Let's get me in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, am I getting paid? That's all I care about.
Exactly.
I'm almost done paying them taxes.
Yep.
Oh, one day.
And then last but not least, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth trailer, which I saw somebody took a screenshot that said that there was an event that was 11,000 and like some odd change meters away. And I was just like, wait, how big is this gonna be? This has to be huge, and I'm all for it. 2 discs? Fuck yes. Make it 4.
2 discs? That's it.
2 Blu-ray discs is absolutely nutty.
Yeah.
And then I have a digital PlayStation 5, so in my head I'm like, how big is that fucking file gonna be?
Bro, you're gonna have to delete everything off the PS5.
Yeah, it's literally just gonna be 16 in Rebirth. That's it.
No, I don't even think you're gonna have space for 16.
That's true.
I'm making a bold call here. It's gonna be in the 200s. It's going to be somewhere in the 200s. This game is going to be absolutely dumb big.
I can't wait.
I think I watched the trailer like a few times. I did a reaction to it, and then even still after I've recorded that video, I've been thinking about it and like what story possibilities, like even the little things like the whole ambulance, the helicopter ambulance with the characters, and like, Dad, tornado just hit Sector 2. I was like, is this part of Zach's world?
It's gotta be. It's gotta be. That's the only thing I can think of.
And then just Sephiroth at the end, like, I killed her. Who's that?
Fucking.
Just fucking with Cloud.
She's a scroll.
Yeah, she's a scroll.
There we go.
Full circle. Yeah.
Oh man, I can't wait for that game to come out. Yes, unfortunately, it was pushed to early 2024. But you know what? I'm okay. Square, take as long as you need.
War's looking kind of stacked.
Take as long as you need. I want it. I want you to perfect it. And if it needs more time on the... Listen, if they had said, yeah, we have to push this back 2 more years, I would have been like, okay, no problem. I can wait for it. I want you to make it perfect.
I waited for the first one for God knows how long.
Yeah. 7 years.
It's a tech demo on a PS3.
Which they were like, no, we're not remaking this game. This is just a tech demo.
No, we just want to show you Final Fantasy gameplay.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
Why'd you show me 13?
Yeah, exactly. Sir, you already started this encounter. I'm already in.
Yeah.
Now, where do you think this game? Where do we think this game cuts? Like, how much more game is after this game to make? Is it 2 games? 1 game?
I think it's 1 more game.
Yeah, it's 3 in total.
Going to be one more game.
I think so.
And I think that game will be a completely different end than anything recognizable to Final Fantasy VII for that last game. I think that will be a brand new experience where it's not even following a path we could imagine.
Yeah, I think this one's gonna end. We've all played original 7, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure everyone knows. I mean, hell, there's an IGN retrospective of a certain character dying that came out this past weekend. I was saying it on Chaos Bringers that I don't think Aerith dies.
Yeah, no.
I think someone else dies.
I think, if I'm being honest with you, I think it's Cloud.
Oh, interesting. You know, that's funny enough. That's what Harv mentioned.
Yeah.
He thinks if you do that, it would be Cloud, and I was like, I was thinking Barrett.
I was originally thinking Tifa before this trailer,
Mm-hmm.
but like everything is kind of like pointing towards Cloud being.
Cloud's going to die, and Zack's going to pick up the sword.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where this
game
goes.
Converge timelines.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude,
and
that
I think
would
that's
be
the last
insane.
game will start with us seeing that huge sword strapped onto Zack Fair's back.
Yep.
That's interesting. Yeah, and I said too because Harv was saying like he felt like you needed Aerith to die to even if a lot of stuff changes that needs to be like a fixed point in time.
Yeah.
I was like in my head I think as long as it's not the last thing you see is like her get saved and then just cut the credits. If you do it and then you have maybe 2 or 3 hours to reconcile with whatever happened at that moment. Like, what if like Cloud pushes her out the way and gets the sword, you know?
Yeah.
And Aerith lives. Like, I want to live in that post Cloud death world, and then do something to be like, all right, we gotta go back and get Sephiroth, and then that's the credits, you know, or whatever. And I also interested as well, like if we have any connection to the previous universe.
So it's interesting that you said it because I just thought in my head we see Aerith dying, but it's like a Cloud memory, or not even a Cloud memory, or like a Cloud dream sequence. And he's like, he sees it all play out, and he knows what he's got to do. He, like you said, he takes the sword, and it's what we get at the end.
Because I remember when I like it immediately beat Remake.
I'm so excited.
Oh, I know. My head went in like 1,000 different places.
Yep.
Like that whole.
Oh, my head exploded.
Oh my god! Like the whole Sephiroth and Cloud meeting in this like final destination level like of Smash, and being like, you only have 7 seconds, and I'm like, what the fuck do you mean, sir? Like, what is going on? Like Sephiroth seems like he knows more about stuff than he's leading on.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he has some kind of memory of like Advent Children or some shit. Like. There's so much there, and then fighting the Fates, the 3 Fates,
yeah,
which were just Cloud, Tifa, and Barrett.
Was Advent Children Sephiroth? Have we not fully said that yet?
I don't think so.
Like, is that not a thing yet? Okay,
I think
that's where I personally think that Sephiroth's from.
The Sephiroth we got.
Oh, at the end, yeah.
The Sephiroth that we got in Remake, I think, is like this Sephiroth. Like this story's, this timeline Sephiroth. But I think, see, the only way I can think of it is Genova has something to do with like, Sephiroth can now see all the timelines, which is where we get.
So
like,
he may just
be kill her.
He may just be a god.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's literally like seeing everything at one time. He's like, wait.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get down with that.
That would be really interesting.
Yeah, hopefully they play it better than they did with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yes, absolutely. Did that kill you already?
Yeah, yeah. I think that we covered pretty much everything else. Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis is getting a closed beta. I'm all for it. I'll play the whole game all over again, or the whole thing that is Final Fantasy VII all over again on my phone. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, there's stuff in that I missed. Like I never played that. There's a Japanese only Turks video game, right? And that's gonna be in Ever Crisis. Like, I'd be interested in playing that.
Square.
I mean, I'm sure there's if you fly you sail the forbidden seas of the internet, you could probably find Dirge of Cerberus. I've never played that before.
Yeah. I've heard good things from Lane.
Dirge of Cerberus is a good game.
Yes, Lane.
Yeah, see, I think it's like a lot of people as we got older were like, no, that's actually was a good game.
I think it was just different from what people were expecting. So
100%.
Yeah. I could definitely see that. I still want to employ. What's the word I'm looking for? Not employ, but I want Square to make that Final Fantasy VII Battle Royale and put it on consoles. Because
the mobile one, the First Soldier.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Oh, was it really good?
I thought it was really good for a mobile game.
Ruben really liked it.
I really liked it.
Yeah, Throw that motherfucker on the Switch.
Yeah.
Why not?
Throw that shit on the fucking consoles. All of them. Why not?
Why not?
Just do it.
I agree.
Make money. And I've said this before on other things and Casper. Make Triple Triad a mobile game, a mobile card game. I will lose so much money to Square Enix. More so than I'm already probably going to. Come on, man. Hearthstone's a thing. Like, I don't play any of these games. I would play the shit out of Triple Triad. I didn't even know it was in Final Fantasy 14.
I didn't know that.
They said that. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
like, and then again, it popped in my head. I was like, maybe I should play it. I was like, again, $15 a month.
That mini game that they had for Remake.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that was fun, too.
Put that out, too. I'll play the shit out of that. That was real fun.
I'm shocked that, like, for a company like Square Enix that's, like...
That is money hungry up the wazoo.
Money hungry, yeah. They're like, NFTs out the ass, and we'll do all this other crazy stuff, and we'll try to save money here and there. We'll sell IDOS. We'll do this. They're like, guys, I'm telling you right now.
2 money makers right here.
That's it. Yeah, right there. And then you want a third one? Make it like a small downloadable blitzball game. Just blitzball.
I could see that. Yeah.
Oh, I could see that.
Kind of
like Football Manager, you know, but it's blitzball.
I was thinking more along the lines of that dodgeball game that just recently went offline. Why can't I never remember?
Oh, shit.
Knockout City?
There we go.
Yeah.
Knockout City.
You were the one who, like,
I know. I still have it downloaded on my PS5. I just keep forgetting its name.
Hell yeah, man. They just do it underwater. Yeah. Oh, my God, dude. That would be great.
No, I get that. I agree. Now, I have one last question before we kind of wrap up here. Because I think we've gone through all the news. And that is, what game are you most excited to play that was shown over this past week?
Carlos, we'll start with you.
Yeah, Metaphor is definitely up there.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, that looked crazy, and it makes me so excited that it's day one on Game Pass.
Oh yeah, that helped a lot.
Yeah, I'm really excited about Metaphor. I'm really high on that. I was really shocked by that. Starfield, of course, I'm in the same boat as you guys. Like, I wasn't super dismissive, but I'm like, man, it's gonna be buggy and all this stuff. And then even dismissive. Like, my boss only plays Bethesda games. God rest his soul.
Sorry.
I don't know why he does.
I'm so sorry.
But he's like, I probably stopped playing Fallout 4. I'm like, Tom, really? You just now stopped playing 4?
Tell him all about 76.
I was about to. I was like, no, man. Starfield's about to come out, and that actually looks good. He's like, does it? I was like, yep, it does. Starfield, definitely, yeah. Metaphor was definitely a surprise for me. And I don't know what was gameplay in it, but just the vibe from the trailer itself was cool. What was that? It was like set in a bayou. The Xbox girl.
Something of midnight.
Oh god.
South of Midnight?
South of Midnight, yeah.
Dude, that looks cool, man.
That
art style is insane.
Yeah.
I've never seen a game tackle like that Southern Gothic horror. Because that is the South has a very unique horror vibe to it that nowhere else in the world has. So to see a game, especially if that rad of an art style, be based in that kind of storytelling and those kind of stories and that horror, it's gonna be real interesting. I'm excited to see what that game plays like.
Yeah, that's the next thing. Like, that's why it's kind of lower on the list. Like, just from the trailer, I was like, I don't know what this is, but I'm really digging everything about it. It already has like a cool vibe to it. The art style is cool. I'm digging the music, and yeah, that like Southern Gothic like style is so cool and very underutilized. I think there's literally like 2 games coming out. Probably that comes out 2024, and then we have Alone in the Dark remake, which is also randomly Southern Gothic.
It is.
That's also coming. Yeah, and it's like, all right, well, hey, look, we're bringing it back.
Yeah.
Now, what about you, Ruben? What are you excited to play?
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Even if that's not, if you want me to pick a game for this year, Spider-Man 2, buddy. I can't.
Okay.
Spider-Man 2.
Okay, if we're picking, I would also go with not a game shown to us during this time, but shown to other people who got pressed today.
Armored Core.
Going Armored Core. Yeah. I'm going Armored Core Fires of Rubicon.
Yeah.
I've been watching that gameplay, and that game looks real good. That 3 minutes gameplay looks real good.
I in agreement. That game looks really, really good, but I'm scared because it's from stuff.
Then for the game that we don't have a date for yet, we don't know. I'm really excited for Fable. I loved Fable 1, 2, and 3. So I'm really excited to see what does this game look like nowadays, especially by a studio who just made one of my all-time favorite games, The Last Forza Horizon. I think that is the perfect racing game. And I'm excited to see what do you do now? How do you do an open world for Fable? Show me that.
Mm-hmm. I was shocked when I did. I was like, as a joke, but like my wife plays games, but it's not like too often that she gets like involved into like too many. She doesn't like. She's not like me. Like I'm like I want this, I want this, I want that, I want that. Like she picks certain genres and certain games and will stick to them. Like, so it's like Ratchet, Spyro, Zelda, which I can hear her literally right now in the depths. From downstairs, I can literally hear her downstairs struggling in the depths.
The hands are coming.
Yep, exactly. I did an episode last night. You hear her like scream. But Fable, she got super into, and she loves Fable so much. So when we did an episode of that, I was shocked because she's not one to be like, oh, what does the systems work like? She like just loves games, and for her to be like, I want to know how this plays. I want to know like how does the magic? What do I have to do? This I'm like, oh. You're interested. I'm interested in the story. Like, where are we going with like this rebooted Albion that's like more fairy tale than we've seen before?
Yeah, very like grim fairy tale, like Gilded Goose kind of thing.
Yeah, adult Shrek.
Yes. Okay. With that being said, Carlos, where can people find you?
Well, I am your doctor-recommended dose of nerdiness, a.k.a. your nerd today, Carlos Rodriguez, and you can find me at youtube.com/nerdtoday. For audio podcasts, you can just search Nerd Today Podcast, Apron Work Podcast, and Chaos Bringers Podcast. Apron Work, I think I mentioned in the Discord as a joke, we're the #1 popular, Philly-based wrestling podcast. Don't look up those metrics. Just assume that's correct.
I like to believe there's not an ECW podcast out there.
Not at all. Brotherly Love podcast. Don't look them up. Like, it's fine. Don't, just assume. Just assume we're the best. We do that quite often. Summertime is crazy since we're both parents and we're like, we gotta take the kids out and do stuff. So we take like little breaks here and there, but we should
after
probably have
Saturday, you'll have something to talk
about. Exactly.
I
was thinking about. I was like, after CM Punk comes back, and maybe that ESPN article that apparently is going to come out tomorrow. We'll probably have a lot to talk about. But that's our wrestling podcast. Yeah, Nerd Today I cover like reviews on the channel. I'll do like reacts, unboxings, my gameplay stuff from like Twitch will be on there. And then Chaos Bringers is a brand new one. Episode 1 is coming out tomorrow, as we're recording this right now. And that is our Final Fantasy retrospective podcast where me, Harv, and Frank from Pip talk about Final Fantasy. Episode 0 is just like us talk about how excited we are about the show, what's our favorite Final Fantasies, what we're looking forward to play, what we're not looking forward to play. And I already played the one I wasn't looking forward to playing because I was actively playing Final Fantasy 2. And I was like, I'm not liking this. I don't know why I did back in the day. I don't like it now. But there's that, and episode 1 comes out tomorrow, which will be Final Fantasy 1, where we talk about that, and a little bit of Strangers of Paradise.
Okay. Yeah, let's go.
That's the
that game fucking rocks.
The one Soulsborne I fucking heard the shit out of.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I did not expect that ending. God damn. That
I didn't play it
so
at
well.
all. I didn't play it at all. I just played the demo.
Yeah.
I played it. I thought that ending was wild.
Dude, it's hard to sell a game and being like, hey, listen, spend $60, right? You get to the very last 5 minutes, the whole game's gonna make sense. Like that's not a good selling point technically.
Just like,
Yeah, exactly. If it's ever on Game Pass or PlayStation Premium or whatever, please do yourself a favor and just play it.
Surprisingly enough, it's not.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know how it's not.
Square is like, we're gonna keep every penny from this one.
You put up Final Fantasy Type 0 HD on Essentials.
But not
this.
Strangers of Paradise.
Yeah. No, not this.
Ryan, where can people find you?
You can find me over at Twitter at RyanTheLion3055 for whatever I'm doing on this wild world of the internet.
And of course, you could find me here next week, guys. I don't know if you know this, but there's a little movie coming out this weekend called The Flash.
Are we getting a little speedy next week? We running?
I mean, we're going high on speed, if you know what I
Ooh.
mean.
All right. A little bit of Keaton? A little Keaton?
a little. Sure, I was trying to think of a clever way to put ketamine in there, but yeah, sure, we'll go. I was going with the speed, you know. Yeah, so we'll be talking about that next week, and we'll just probably talk about how excited we are for Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah.
So we'll just
who knows?
redo
It's
this
the
first 30
summertime
minutes
game.
of podcast.
Yeah, exactly. It's the longest stretch.
Exactly. But with that being said, thank you, Carlos, for joining us. I really appreciate you taking your
Thank you
time
very much
out.
for having me.
Was not expecting to go an hour and 47 minutes, but you know what? We had a good time.
Same length as Summer Games Fest.
Yes, very true.
Yeah.
But with that being said, you guys have a good one, and Nick, please don't forget